It's another hot and humid day here in the beer garden during the COVID-19 coronavirus global pandemic quarantine. We're somewhere around week 13-ish of the quarantine, visually illustrated by my recently trimmed quarantine beard. It was just getting out of control. I was beginning to look like a prospector, and I had to thin it out a little bit. Up this round in the quarantine brew review is Coors Light. It's Coors Light. It's just like, Coors Light is almost an excuse of a beer. Let's pop the top and see what we got. A couple of indications of it is a cheap beer. Of course, you know my rules. If it says light, it's a cheap beer. It comes in a gigantic can. This is a 24-ounce can I got for $1.65. All right, time for the liquid to hit the lips. Here's to the quarantine. Another rule of a cheap beer, if they got this thing, it's cold enough to drink when the mountains turn blue. If they spend a lot of time trying to sell you on the packaging, the beer must not be that good. About what I expected. Watery, fizzy. It's just like one slight step sideways from drinking a seltzer water. I'm getting no detection of hops, no detection of malt. Got some grain in there. Wow, that is, what's that old joke? What does Coors Light and a canoe have in common? They're both as close as you can get to water. Amen, brother. There's not a whole lot to say because there's not a whole lot to talk about. It's just, there's not that much there. 4.2% alcohol. If it's any sort of a hot day whatsoever, I don't think you can even keep up with this. You'd be sweating it out so fast. And that's another thing I find about a lot of these cheap brews. They have that fuzziness to them, that fuzzy carbonation, and it really, I had like 3 or 4 sips of it, I'm already burping. I get so bloated so quickly, it's hard to enjoy it because you're just like, Of course, it's hard to find a backyard barbecue going on or a cooler on the beach or one on the boat that doesn't have some Coors Light in it. Probably because it's the least offensive thing that you can imagine. It's just a blank canvas. It's just a blank sheet of notebook paper, really. So where would I put Coors Light on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being a very good cheap beer? It's not offensive in any way. It's not bad. I'm not gagging. There's just nothing there. It's like, how do you judge a dance routine if the person just stands there and doesn't do anything to the music? So on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being a very good cheap beer, I'm giving Coors Light a 1.5. In the meantime, stay safe during the quarantine. Don't gather in crowds. Cover your cough. Don't touch your face. Stay at least 6 feet away from me. And enjoy a cheap brew. Beautiful day here in the beer garden. Cheers to your health.